Are you stuck with a lemon? When it comes to buying a car, on one end of the spectrum, you could get a cream puff. That's good. The opposite of a cream puff is a lemon. So we've got two food references to cars: cream puff good, lemon bad. Do you have a lemon? And if so, do you have any rights? So what is a lemon? Lemon is a car that you buy that has problems, continuing problems. As soon as you get it, it starts having problems, it continues having problems. If you spend money on a car and it is nothing but trouble, what can you do about it? And before you do anything else, head to the FreeAdvice.com website, enter your zip code into their free insurance comparison tool, and see if you could save money on car insurance. We'll find out if you have any rights when it comes to buying a lemon, but you can usually save money on car insurance. So that's a great way to save if your car is good or if it's bad. So I have pulled up here a website from the state of Washington, Office of the Attorney General. Now, every state will have lemon laws, they're called, and that is your protection if you were to buy a car that is a lemon. And these laws will vary, but this is just to give you a general understanding of what lemon laws cover, how you're protected by them as a consumer, and while it may not be exactly how things work in your state, it's going to be pretty similar. And this will hopefully show you how you can find out what your protections are. So, what is a lemon law? Here we'll see a great definition. The Washington State Motor Vehicle Lemon Law was enacted to help new vehicle owners who have substantial continuing problems with warranty repairs. So we're talking about new vehicle owners. The law allows the owner to request an arbitration hearing through the Lemon Law Administration of Attorney General's office. So this in Washington State, this lemon law, it was made for people who are buying a car right when they buy it. So it's new to them, not something that happens 5 years down the road. A car that you have that gives you great service for 5 years and then starts acting up, that does not qualify as a lemon. It needs to be a new car to you. An owner can request arbitration under lemon law at any time within 30 months of the vehicle's original retail delivery date. So 30 months is 2.5 years. So anytime in the first 2.5 years of ownership of a car from when the car was originally delivered, that's when your car falls under the lemon laws. There will be no charge for the arbitration process. So in case you're thinking, is it even worth bringing up this car to the lemon law attorneys? It is, because there's no charge for you. If you think that your vehicle fits the qualifications for lemon law, great, go for it. There's no charge. After an arbitration hearing, an arbitrator will decide whether a consumer's claim meets the requirements under the law. So you're not sure, bring it to arbitration, then you'll find out, is this worth pursuing, or is just this, my problems just not quite meet the classifications of a lemon. So here we have some questions. Is your vehicle a motorhome? Because if it is, there are additional requirements and limitations. Which vehicles are eligible? Now, this is what you're going to want to pay attention to. These vehicles are not covered by lemon laws. Motorcycles with engine displacements of less than 750 cubic centimeters, trucks that weigh 19,000 pounds gross weight rating or over, vehicles purchased as a lease, as a group, or under a single contract by a business as a part-time fleet of 10 or more. You do not have to be the original owner to request arbitration. So if you bought a used car that's relatively new, you could still be covered by these lemon laws. Later owners of a vehicle may request arbitration if the vehicle was purchased or leased within 2 years of delivery of the original retail consumer and within the first 24,000 miles of operation. So even if it's a used car, it has to be relatively new to fall under the lemon laws. And then the vehicle meets other eligibility requirements, and a request for arbitration is received by the Lemon Law Administration within 30 months of the original retail delivery date. Okay, so those are to give you an idea of what kind of timeline you're looking at if you believe your vehicle is a lemon before you can file for arbitration, which is going to help you decide if you should pursue a lawsuit or if you don't have a good legal standing. That vehicle has to be relatively new. And anytime you own a vehicle, you need to have insurance on it. You have to have insurance to drive. If you have a vehicle that's within 2.5 years old, you're going to want to have full coverage on it. And those prices can be kind of expensive, but you don't have to overpay. You can go to FreeAdvice.com, enter your zip code into their free insurance quote comparison tool, and see if you could save on full coverage for your vehicle. So now we're going to get into this definition. What is a lemon? Your vehicle may qualify as a lemon if it has one or more significant defects that have been subject to a reasonable number of attempts to diagnose or repair the problem covered under the manufacturer's warranty. So when you buy a new car, you get a warranty with it. And even if you buy a used car, that original warranty will go along with the car. So if a car has a 5-year powertrain warranty, that should continue for the first 5 years that vehicle is owned, even if you're not the original owner. And if you have tried to get a problem fixed a reasonable number of times, so your car has, let's say the transmission blows on a new car, and you just go immediately to see if this falls under lemon law. No, that you haven't had a reasonable number of attempts to get the problem fixed through warranty. The car manufacturer has a right to fix the problem. You can't just go straight into the lemon law. You have to give them a chance to make the problem right. And hopefully they will, and you'll never have to take it to the next step of arbitration for the lemon law. But if they don't, and you have tried a reasonable number of times, now a reasonable number, I mean, what does that mean? I don't know. The court would have to decide that. The arbitration would decide that. But the point is that you don't just go straight to the lemon law. You let the manufacturer try to make things right as things are covered in the warranty. A manufacturer is required to repurchase or replace a vehicle with a non-conformity or serious safety defect after a reasonable number of attempts have occurred. A reasonable number of attempts are different for each claim category. At the arbitration hearing, the arbitrator will ask you to identify the basis of your claim under the lemon law, including the type of each defect that occurred in your vehicle and the claim categories. So you need to know when you're going into arbitration, if you go into arbitration, you need to have tried to get the issue resolved with the manufacturer, and you need to know exactly that problem should be covered by warranty. This is a problem that should not have happened. So when you buy a new car, your engine should hold up. It should hold up for 5 years. That should be covered by a warranty. For a lot of times it's 4 to 5 years. Some powertrain warranties go even longer, but it should hold up, especially for the first 30 months of ownership. You should not be having problems with your transmission or with your engine. And if you do, the manufacturer should cover those problems. And if they don't, then you need to know exactly what type of claim you're filing and present your case with confidence in arbitration. I'm going to jump over here to the free advice. They have an article here. Can you get a refund on a used car if defects are found after purchase? So this situation, could it fall under lemon law? And it could, if your used car that you're buying is within that 30-month time limit of when it was originally delivered and now you've bought it. So it has to be a relatively new car. With up to 25% of used vehicles having undisclosed issues, it's essential that you understand your rights, especially if considering taking a private car seller to court. When you are buying from a manufacturer or from a dealer, you have a little bit more peace of mind because dealers will oftentimes provide a warranty that covers the first few miles after you buy the car. So you're not going to drive off the dealership lot and your car break down and then you're stuck with it. Usually they provide some kind of a peace of mind warranty that it's not going to fall apart on your way home. But if you buy from a private seller, it's a bit harder of a case to make. And if you're buying a car that's beyond the length of time that the lemon laws carry, then you are going to have a hard time with a private seller. You're going to have to take it to court. It's not like there's a cut and dry, this is how it's going to go. You would have to prove that the owner misled you, that they knew about problems. If they didn't know about a problem and you drive off and there's a problem, that's probably going to be your fault. If you want to get compensation from the owner, you're going to have to prove that they knew that this was an issue, and that can be challenging. So what is your legal recourse when buying a used car from a private seller? Legal recourse is the option for a buyer to pursue legal action to seek compensation or resolution for issues encountered after a sale. So when you realize that you've bought a defective used car from a private seller, it can be disheartening, especially if you have discovered the damage after buying it from the seller. Most vehicles are sold as is. That is what is expected when you buy a used car. You know, when you buy a used car from a private seller, it could have problems. If you buy from a dealer, you may have the option to purchase an extended warranty. The dealer will usually give a little bit of a peace of mind warranty that will cover just a few miles, like basically get you home so you know that the car wasn't about to fall apart on the lot. But most of the time when you buy a used vehicle, you're buying it as is. And so that really takes away a lot of the legal right you would have to fight a case in court. So if you're having problems with a vehicle that you would consider a lemon, you're going to want to check out your state's laws regarding lemon laws. See if your vehicle falls under that. You're going to want to prepare a case, take it to arbitration, and then go from there. If you are buying a car from a private lender, you're going to have a harder time proving a case. You're probably not going to be covered by lemon laws. And so that's why you want to be really careful about cars you buy. Any used car you buy, you want to be very careful because you don't have a ton of recourse to get a new car or to get your car repaired as the responsibility of the previous owner. So you'd want to get your car checked by a mechanic before you buy it. Make sure that there's no issues that are just obvious to them. And just be ready that when you're buying a used car, problems could happen. That's why you pay less money for them than a new car. And no matter what you're driving, head over to FreeAdvice.com. You can enter your zip code in their free auto insurance comparison tool and start saving money. Start saving money so that you have a little extra money to make any repairs that are needed that you're responsible for yourself.